You saw that? Haha, chuck it in, and it's got great flavor. Good to be with you again, folks. It's Richard. I'm back once more, and today we have got something really interesting for those of you who likes to drip, but you don't want to have the hassle of dripping from time to time. Does it make sense? Drip, but you don't want to drip. Yes, it does make sense if you're talking about a rebuildable dripping tank atomizer, or RDTA in short. Let's go ahead and check out the Mutation X MT RDTA by Indulgence. Oh, she chucks, I tell you, and the flavor is lip smacking goodness, as I always put it. Anyway, this was sent to me for review by Uno Vapor Trends, who's based out of Kuching, Sarawak in East Malaysia. This is an authentic device, and they're retailing it for 130 ringgit. Their online purchase from Uno Vapor Trends is nothing short of excelente. Takes a day to reach you if you're within Malaysia. Maximum, I give you, it's 2 days, all right? The Mutation X MT RDTA by Indulgence is the first RTA in the Mutation X line. It's basically an adaptation from the line of Mutation X RDA series, which now comes with a tank system. In short, it's an RDA within a 3 ml tank. What else can I tell you? True RDA style build deck, 22mm diameter tank, Pyrex glass, top fill, 3 ml capacity, stainless steel 304, silver plated over brass 510, negative posts milled down onto the deck itself. But one thing I gotta warn you first, because it's happened to me and it was just pouring out. You must wick it well, otherwise it'll leak like a bitch. Which we'll get to see in the close-ups, all right? Speaking of which, let's dive down. Let's get into some close-ups right now. We'll come back and talk some more. Catch you later. All right, close-up time with our Mutation X MT RTA by Indulgence, or you want to call it sides, both sides, and also a little QR code here in the middle. It says Unisig, and underneath Indulgence MT RTA. Contents of the box in there, what you get, and of course the height, the diameter, the capacity, and the weight. Apparently I said 3 ml, I think it's 5 ml if I'm not mistaken. So again, I think it looks more like a 5 ml tank to me. Material glass and stainless steel, thread 510. Little picture of the device here, some certification logos, website, and your scratch and check authenticity sticker right here. So lift the cover up and you have your bag of spares with the infamous little blue screwdriver there. You can opt to change your O-rings here from red to blue if you'd like to, and if you look at that little piece here, this is your single coil adapter where you just plug it on the deck, and you have an option to do single coil or dual coil. And you have some spare Phillips screws right here, and also an O-ring. So we'll put that aside as well. Just check out the Pyrex glass here, which is very well done, nice. So in case you break this by accident, you have a spare glass tank there. And of course you have the device sitting in here. Let's take it out and get closer. Very nice. Mine's in black. I'm sure they have it in stainless steel and probably other colors as well. Everything about the airflow here is BIG. So if you open up this one on the left hand side, then you have this side closed. This is for your single coil option. This end is closed, and if you want to have a dual coil option, just turn it to the right, open up this hole on the right hand side here, and you have one open, 2 holes open. All right, your Cyclone or Cyclops style. So this is for dual coil, and if you want to have single coil, just turn it to the left and open up this opening here, and this side is closed. So that's the way it goes. Okay, so top fill design. This is made of stainless steel 304. This device here, you can have the option to remove and use your own drip tip if you so like to, held on by 2 O-rings here. Nice short tip here. And the bore size, as you can see inside, just tapered down slightly smaller compared to the top here. So turn it anti-clockwise. There's some knurlings here for you to grip and turn, and you have your top fill here with a fill port. Okay, the fill port is big enough, and it goes out from here, and juice goes in from the same hole as well. And you look into the middle portion here, that's your chimney there. You look all the way down, you can see your deck screws there. So that's the fill port for you. Very good, everybody's happy when it comes to top fill. Underneath you have Indulgence engraved here. This is your 510 pin, silver plated over brass and 510 threading here. Underneath it says MT RTA. Alright, that's the base here. There's a little o-ring that goes around your 510. So to prevent short, to open up the tank, all you got to do is just grip on the inside here and this side as well. So you don't want to grip this top section here because your fill port is going to come off. But nevertheless, let's put it aside first and just gripping this. Oh, by the way, this comes off as well. This is your airflow control ring. Your airflow is adjustable, so we'll put this aside and just grip the whole thing and open up the deck. Alright, so the whole thing pops out like that with your tank and your rubber o-rings, where you can remove this and change it to the blue one if you'd so like to. So to pop this out, just push it and it comes off. And take a look at the deck with you, and that's your chimney here. I believe this portion I've screwed on too tight, or either that or the entire chimney is one piece. The chimney cap here, which is this piece here, and it's got the engraving that says tank. What else? And you've got the logo of the Mutation logo there. Mutation tank, that's what it says here. So that's how the chimney cap looks like. And if you look in there, if you notice, there's a little lip here. So I'm just guessing that you might be able to open up this, or either that I've just screwed this back on too tight. Okay, so I can't open it right now, but it doesn't matter because it's not going to affect the bake quality or anything like that. Alright, so the rain begins to fall, and hopefully you can still hear me. Please excuse my pathetic looking dual coils in here that I've used. 24 gauge wire, I think it's about 6 to 7 wraps coming up to 0.3 ohms. I've got dual coils in there. Right on top you can see they're held on by Phillips Screws. Underneath you've got a super large air hole. I'm going to just pull up the coil a little bit so that you can see the air hole. And that's your air hole at the bottom here, which is about 3 millimeters or 3.5 millimeters probably. Very, very big. Like I said, all the airflow here is really huge, and that's your juice flow. Your juice flow is super, super big. Let's check out that. It goes really wide at the top here, which is about 4 millimeters, and it narrows inward. Okay, it tapers down and narrows inward. And the best part is, if you look inside, it goes all across, literally as a channel, going across over to this side of the channel. Like I said, you have to wick it very properly, because the first time that I did put some cotton in there, I thought I just want to block this up. My cotton was too short, and juice went in and went into the air hole and came out from my air hole, and was just leaking crazy. What you have to do, I'm going to show you afterwards how I'm going to wick it and have the cotton go into the juice channel so that you block and soak up any excess juice that comes out that you have in there in the tank. So that's it. That's the juice hole there. Everything is big, and you've got a really big deck to work on. I've got 3 millimeter diameter coils here, no issues at all with 3 millimeters. 24 gauge wires, I have no issues. Fits in perfectly. All right. So just to let you see as well. All right. So that's it for the deck. What else? The negative post. Both the negative poles are actually milled onto the deck, as you can see. And you have 4 holes. The holes are lower on the negative poles and higher on the positive, so that when you put in your coil, it's easy to place them and screw them down, because your lower wire goes into the lower hole and your higher wire goes into the higher hole. So that's the difference there. Very easy to build, very nice. Okay, and it sits directly above the air holes. And like I said, if you want to do a single coil, you can just use the single coil adapter, plug up the hole here, this airflow hole here, just push it in and use a single air hole, and you have a single coil build. All right, so what I'm going to do now is show you how I'm going to wick it. Wicking this is very, very, very important. I have my cotton here right now. All you have to do is just roll the ends, make it small, push it through one of your coil like that. Right, once you've got it in there, seated nicely, normally what you would do is measure it and just tuck it down like that, touching the top edge, right? But because it is literally a channel, a juice channel that goes from one end to the other end out, if you just cut it short like that, let's say for example, let's say you just cut it like that and you have just the tip touching the top here, that is not going to work, because you're going to have juice going into the channel and going into the air hole from the inside here. All right, so be very careful. What I'll do is I will pull it out a little bit longer, and I would snip it off about 1/2 inch like that, and on both sides as well, just snip it off 1/2 inch. So you want it to be a little bit longer than it normally would, and then what you do is get a nice sharp pick and push your cotton inside, or if you want to, you can even prime your cotton first so that you can, you know, work it easier. Some people would like to prime it with juice and then work at it. All right, so once you do that, just push it in. All right, so once you pushed it into the middle, so you have some cotton seated at the back here as well, so once you fill up the tank with juice, it's going to soak it up and it won't leak out. So that's how you want to do the coil. I'm going to take another piece of cotton here. I'm going to just try it out and show it to you again. Just push it through. All right, get it through like that, and then just cut it off on this side and also this side as well. Make sure it's balanced, equal length, and then I'm going to just push this inside. It's very easy to do it, but you're going to have enough cotton to stuff up the hole and so that it won't leak. Just push it in there and that's it. So you have your coils done right now. Next thing you want to do is get your tank or your chimney cap, sorry. All right, and put it back. Maybe you want to prime your coils first. And after you prime your coil, just put on your chimney cap. Once that is done, you want to just put on the cover, one side of it with the O-ring, and this O-ring, put it inside again. Alright, so once you've got that O-ring in there, you want to just grab this top portion and screws on, push it in and screw it down. Be very careful you don't strip the threading. And you see there's an O-ring right there in the middle of the chimney cap, so that's to prevent juice from leaking into the center and coming out into your mouth. Have the airflow ring back on again. So fill up your juice. Juice goes in here. Close the top cap back again with your grip tip, and you're all ready to vape. This is the Mutation X MT RTA by Indulgence. We'll get back top side, we'll vape on it and talk some more. Oh, you want clouds? You got clouds. You want flavor? Lip smacking goodness. This thing performs like an RDA basically. Your cotton is in there just soaked up with juice and waiting to be vaped. Once she's wicked up properly, she flies. But seriously, it's pretty darn good, I tell you. I've just about, finished up my juice already. Oh yeah, the other thing I gotta warn you, this is a guzzler, because of the juice flow in there, and then, when you're vaping on it, it really, especially when you're doing sub-ohming. Despite all that, I'm sure a lot of you are also asking, hey, where's the velocity deck? I don't know about you, but I'm pretty happy with this, with what's in it. 4 holes, easy to build. 3 holes maybe, but 4 holes, one side, clip the wires, the other side, clip the wires again, wicket, that's it. For me, this is perfecto mundo, 2 thumbs up. Anyway, how much and where again? Oero Vapor Trends out of Kuching, Sarawak. You can do an online order. Like I said, it'll take a day, maximum 2 days, it'll reach you, okay? They're retailing it for 130 ringgit. I'm going to put the links below, right here as well. Apart from that, in the US, I just briefly went into the internet. I saw, what is that, Vapor DNA carries that as well for 29, I was about to say ringgit, 29.99 US dollars. All right, so this is the Sub-Ohm project or something like that. But Malaysia, we've got the version from Indulgence. So it's an authentic device. Basically, that's about it. One more vape. If I've still got any juice left and don't get a dry hit, I will call it a wrap. Baby cloud. Until I talk to you again, vape safe. Thank you so much for watching. It's a holiday season right now, and for those of you out there, family people with kids, it's the school holidays. Happy holidays to you. Once again, thank you and God bless. Bye for now.